think what we'll jump to next then is the blog postings, since it's kind of similar to what we just went over. Now, we use this tool called ByteScout Post a Blog, and it's handy because Ron's got half dozen different blogs that need to be posted into, and what this tool lets you do is post into all those really easily without going to all the different websites and logging in and doing all that. And so, this might be a good tool for you, Chris, if All-Import has a blog or something. You can use this because it's kind of like Word, and it lays out like Word, so it's really easy to use. And so let's say we're going to post into the Bluemound self-storage blog. I guess I'll kind of go over the tool a little bit. You'll have to get familiar with it. I'll send you the link if you want to download it and play with it. And then it's going to be on your computer, Rochelle, so you can play around with it. But we have this drop down here that's going to list all of our blogs in here. So Bluemound, RDS, and you'll have all your blogs in there. You can choose which one you want to post into. Of course, this is kind of like Word, where you can choose your fonts there in bold, italicize, underline. You can insert an image. And here's your link. And so we'll just post something, and I'll show you all the tools that are involved. One of the biggest things when you're posting on the blog that a lot of people, at least at first, overlook is the title, because it's so small over here. Now the title, that's the same thing we just looked at with OLX. And so it's the same type of strategy involved you want to use here in your title and your blog postings. What's nice about the blogs is, let's say, on your website, allimport.com/blog or whatever, is the blogs, when you make a posting, it pings Google instantly. So normally on a website you might have, just a bunch of pages that kind of they never change. They're just static pages that never change. But if you're always producing new content, and it keeps going to Google and saying, hey, we have new content, or this page just got updated, it sees that you're active and that you're doing all these things, and so it's going to, over time, rise those pages in the ranking, and then also you have more pages out there. And that's kind of the purpose behind the blog, is just to produce unique content, new content on a regular basis. It does no good to make, 2 postings and then wait 3 weeks and make 1 more posting. So you want to be consistent with what you're posting, consistently going out there and pinging Google and saying, hey, we have new content, So with this tool, you want to make sure you put your title in here and use that same type of strategy that we looked at with researching the keywords and stuff like that. So we use commercial. Actually, this is the self-storage blog, so we use something like, let's jump over here to and search for something. So we're going to post something about, we have self-storage units available. So let's look for self-storage Fort Worth and see what we come up with. So we see self-storage Fort Worth is a really good keyword. It's got 1,600 lookups locally last month. It's got strong advertiser competition, so that's a good keyword, and that's one that we want to use. And we may want to look through here and see if there's anything else that kind of jumps out at us that we might want to use, like boat storage, RV storage. So those all have a lot of lookups, and so maybe this particular ad we want to make for boat storage. So we want to, this blog posting, we want to make it about boat storage. So we want to use both keywords. So we want to combine those two to get both of those. So we use self-storage Fort Worth, boat storage. So what we'll do in here is self-storage Fort Worth, or let's see, boat storage Fort Worth. This one, this one.
Self-storage and boat. Self and boat storage in Fort Worth.
Self and boats.
Self-storage park offers boat storage in Fort Worth.
There go. Self-storage, offers, boat storage in Fort Worth. So we used all those keywords there. Because in the blog posting, since it's going to show up on your website, you kind of want it to, read well and make sense and not, so it kind of represents your site and you as you're making the postings. On OLX, it may not matter as much. So we go ahead and put the title in there. Just make sure you always look at this right-hand column here because it's got the title. You can choose your blog to post into, and then categories. If you have categories set up on a blog like we do, it may fit into multiple categories or certain categories, and you can just check those here or whatnot. For this one, it's just going to fit into blog articles and self-storage. We're using the blog tool here, and like I said, the most overlooked right off the start is what's here in the right-hand column and putting in your title, because it's probably the most important thing is putting those keywords in your title, because that's what's going to show up in the searches. So we put in our title. We chose our categories that we want to file that post under, and then right here, set date and time. Now you can publish something immediately, or if you're sitting down, on Monday and you wanted to make and schedule all your posts for the week, you can do that also. And so you would just set a date and time in the future that you want to post something, and then at that particular time, it's going to post it later on in the week. Your keywords here, those are also important. If there's multiple keywords that you want to use in the text here, so if you're doing self-storage and boat storage, and maybe in your content here in your body text, maybe you're using some specific names of boats, or types of boats or sizes of boats or things like that that might be important. You want to put those in your keywords also. And so what you would just do is, let's see, now 287 self-storage offers boat storage in Fort Worth for your 25-foot sailboat. Okay. So we used a specific. We used our keywords here: self-storage and boat storage in Fort Worth, and then we kind of used a specific sailboat, or maybe we'll put in 25-foot pontoon boat. Also, so in our keywords here, we kind of want to highlight maybe sailboat and pontoon boat, but we also put in our self-storage Fort Worth, boat storage, sailboat storage, pontoon boat storage. So we put all those keywords in there, and then in our body text too. So what you kind of want to do is like we looked at the search results, it looks at that title, that description, and the URL. So the more instances you can use those specific keywords that we're targeting, the better. So you see I used the keywords in the title, I used it in the body text, I used it in the keywords. So I used it in all those places. So it's going to be, the more places you use that, the more relevant it is to the search. So if someone types in sailboat storage Fort Worth, I'm more likely to pop up because I got it in all those places. So it's, again, just thinking more strategically about what you're posting and thinking about the big picture with the websites and the whole strategy, and not just I'm posting a blog posting or posting an OLX listing. So think about that, because it all ties back together. So when we're finished with it, like I said, you can set a date in advance, and I think I'll do that because I don't want to publish this immediately. That way I can go back and delete it. But so let's say we want to publish this for tomorrow.